How much does a management consultant make? What's the earning potential of someone who goes into organizations and works with teams to transform them? Whether that's through improving culture, team engagement, employee retention, systems and processes, and more. Look, the management consulting industry is valued at over $300 billion, and it's estimated to reach over $800 billion by 2031. Why? Because organizations are continuing to lean into hiring outside consultants to both improve efficiencies and control cost. So if you're thinking about becoming a management consultant, or if you're a current management consultant and deep down you realize you may not be earning your full potential, then you're gonna enjoy what I have to share in this video as I dive into a case study of how we took a management consultant and leadership development expert who was stuck in the low six figures to almost seven figures in less than a year. Hi, I'm Jessica Yarbrough, top business strategist for coaches and consultants who want to sell and scale ultra high ticket services. And a large portion of the clients who I work with are those that sell to organizations, whether it's a small business all the way up to, say, a Fortune 100 company. So I know a lot about taking someone with decades of experience and positioning them to solve major challenges within organizations that they can then attach that significant price tag to. This is exactly why my client Maureen hired me. She is a management consultant and leadership development expert. And when she came to me, she was stuck at around $300,000 in revenue despite decades of experience. And this is really common for the clients that I work with. Many of them have been doing this for a long time, but they're still not making the money that they could. So let's dive into why that happens and what we did to turn the situation around for her. If you follow my channel for any amount of time, you know that undercharging is one of the biggest obstacles that hold coaches and consultants back from earning more money. And it makes sense. I mean, if you charge more, you're going to make more. However, many coaches and consultants have fears or concerns around raising their prices. They may be afraid that they'll charge too much and lose the deal, or there may be some internal struggle around them not feeling like they're worthy or know enough to charge more. And this is a huge challenge that we work through quickly with all of my clients. And while some people undercharge because of internal fears or insecurities, a lot of coaches and consultants are undercharging simply because they are unaware of what the market is willing to pay. They end up keeping their prices low and undercharging for years. I talk a lot about pricing strategies on this channel, so be sure to check out my video on pricing mistakes. The link is pinned in the comments below. So like I said, undercharging was certainly a big issue with Maureen when she came to us. And she actually was experiencing one of the telltale signs of undercharging, which is starting to resent your clients. And look, it's natural. If you're working really hard and you're constantly over-delivering to your clients, you may be feeling tired, exhausted, and even on the verge of burnout. And deep down, you know that you're not charging enough. And what happens is you start to resent your clients, and that's not a good place to be. With Maureen, we were able to more than double her prices on some of her offers. In fact, after we worked on her next level offer and transformed her pricing, her confidence, and her sales process, she turned around and pitched what would have been a $90,000 package for $180,000. And she did this in just 6 weeks of hiring me. When I asked her how they responded to the price, she said they didn't even blink an eye. So if you're a management consultant who is still billing by the hour, or maybe you're selling multiple 5-figure packages and you have a feeling that you may be undercharging, know that you can be charging multiple 6 figures for your time. Another big issue that coaches and consultants struggle with that holds them back from charging more money and scaling is offering too many things. This is where you have a dozen different programs that you can offer a company and maybe little one-off offers instead of having a transformational next level program. In fact, every client that we work with, we create a next level program. And this was the case for Maureen too. She's been doing this work for a long time and she had a lot of different programs that she was running. But what she really wanted to do was have an ultra high-end offer that she could go in and be known for. So together we took her genius as it pertains to the biggest challenges that an organization is facing, and we created a solution that would take them through the most transformational process she could offer. And the result was a program called Big Impact Teams. And having this next level offer, it gave her clarity around her messaging and how to reach her clients. It gave her confidence on how to present her solution, and it ultimately positioned her to be an expert consultant for these organizations. By the way, if you haven't already downloaded my free guide on the ladder of influence, I highly recommend you do. Inside, I go deep into the 4 levels of influence, the challenges at each stage, and how to move through them so that you can scale your authority and your business. Be sure to grab your copy of the free guide. The link is pinned below. Another big issue that coaches and consultants struggle with that holds them back is what I call weak positioning. That means you're not seen as an expert. That, coupled with messaging that misses the mark, it really holds coaches and consultants back, because if you cannot effectively communicate your value, you're going to struggle to get traction. And with Maureen, we did a deep dive into making sure that we really brought together her marketing, both from a positioning and a messaging and a high-end branding standpoint. And today she looks like a high-end consultant. She shows up as an expert, and this allowed her to really anchor her positioning in the marketplace and ultimately command more money. Finally, if you want to scale, you have to have strong systems and a team. Many coaches and consultants come to me and they have a lot of the pieces of the puzzle, but it's complicated and difficult to scale. Also, a lot of the coaches and consultants that come to me are maxed out time-wise. They're exhausted, they're overwhelmed. They can no longer do more to make more. And so a big part of what we do is helping them get their time back. And we can do this by putting in smart systems and building a team around them so that they can actually move from being stuck at the center of the business to elevated and stepping into that role of true CEO and actually managing other people to do those things for them. And this is what we did with Maureen, and it was a game changer for her business because she was able to cut her hours back while more than tripling her revenue. She was able to bring in more people to delegate work to, so not only did she make more money, but she had a lot more time freedom, which was one of her biggest goals. So when it comes to the question of how much can a management consultant make, the answer is high 6 to 7 figures per year. Maureen went from stagnant at around $300,000 for over 10 years. She invested in multiple other coaching and consulting programs with little result to her bottom line. In fact, when she came to me, she confessed that she had failed to scale. But she saw my long track record of client results and invested. And we raised her prices and codified that next level methodology. We worked on strengthening her positioning as an expert and creating messaging that cut through the noise. And finally, we put powerful systems and a team in place that allowed her to scale. In her words, I never imagined this was possible, but in less than a year, I'm in striking distance of 7 figures. If you're thinking about working with Jessica, I would say don't waste any time, take the leap and get going. This wraps up my video on how much can a management consultant make. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit like and subscribe so you know when each of our new videos drops. And if you want our help, apply for a call today. The link is below. Until next time.